guys, my name is Rachel and welcome back to Your Own Self, where we keep it 100. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and work towards being the best version of you. So right now I am on a retreat. So the setup is slightly different, but I just thought it would be nice to give you guys something different. Today's video is gonna be quite a difficult one for me to record because it is about a lot of hard truths that I have to share with you guys, hard truths that I had to deal with myself. And when it comes to matters of the heart, things can be very complicated, things can be very painful, but there is light on the other side of the tunnel. So I'm just gonna grab my notes just to make sure that I say everything that I gotta say in this video. So the first thing I'm gonna say is that there is power in letting go. There is so much power in moving on, and if you're anything, or if you're anyone like me, when it comes to, and I'm gonna be talking about specifically when you like someone, okay? It's gonna be about that because that's what I went through. I can only speak from experience, which again makes it difficult for me to do this video because it's still relatively fresh, but at least I know that I'm over it, and this is the best time to give you guys advice because I can still feel like the feelings that I was feeling are still familiar with me. If you're anything like me, you know, when you like someone or you decide to set your heart on something, whether that's a goal, a journey, or whatever it might be, you're very stubborn. Yeah, I can be very stubborn. Or for me, when it comes to people, once I've decided that I care about you, that's it. Like, you would have to do something dumb for me to kind of stop caring about you. And even if I don't get to have you the way that I wanted to, part of me is always gonna, I'm not, unless something mad has happened, I'm the type of person that will still be mature enough to care about you and wish you well and want all the best for you, but kind of protect myself at the same time. It will never be an ill malice type of situation because I ain't got time for that, okay? And in a way you feel like, oh my gosh, this was for me, this was meant to be for me, this was mine, you know, you were about to have something really, really amazing and then it kind of just got taken from you. But hey ho, we'll get into the video because I've waffled enough. You know, sometimes letting go and moving on can be very difficult for people like us who are very much emotional and, you know, sensitive. And anyway, let's get into it. Okay, I guess the first thing I would say, or the second thing I would say, is that it can be very challenging and difficult to believe that there is freedom on the other side. It's very difficult to believe that actually there might be somebody else that is better suited for you. But I think one thing for me, because I have been through heartbreak before, and the fact that I was able to like the last person that I liked showed me that my heart is capable of, you know, those mushy feelings, right? My heart is still capable of caring about someone in a deep way. And to be fair, I was very privileged to have those feelings for this specific person because that person was an amazing person. That person is not a bad person, do you get what I mean? So I don't want to get into the context too much. Maybe when I'm ready I will get into it, but just so that you guys have a little bit of context. And what was I even saying? I forgot. I've really lost. Guys, this is so difficult for me. Okay. Yeah, so it can be difficult to believe that, yes, there is. Sorry guys, my memory card was full, so I had to sort that out. Yeah, so where was that? Yeah, if you're any, yeah, so in this person that I currently have, you know, just kind of moved on from, showed me that my heart is actually capable of, you know, caring for somebody else in such a deep way and actually connecting with someone and having a level of intimacy with someone else, which I guess that is a lesson. And I think it also showed me that, because obviously I had experienced heartbreak before, and I've done a video on that actually, and that heartbreak that I went through was really painful. And there was a point when I just thought, I'm never gonna find anybody ever again, I'm never gonna meet anybody like that person ever again, and like I'm just done with it. Like I'm in pain, I'm in sorrow, I'm in sackcloth and ashes. And it's like, no, like there's actually plenty of fish in the sea. And I know we don't like to hear that, because really and truly I wanted that fish, but hey ho, that fish wasn't ready, or didn't want you, or wasn't able to give you what you needed and what you deserve. Let's just put it like that. And I think he actually said that to me. He told me with his own words that I deserve better, and I should have just listened to him. Like, yeah, I should have listened to him. But anyway, us girls like to think and not actually deep that when someone is, you know, when someone is communicating with you, take what they're saying, take their behavior, take their actions, take their words, bring it all into one thing, and see that all of it is a form of communication. Yeah. So this person in particular, I'm grateful. One, it taught me something about myself, and it showed me that actually there are better men out there, because this man is a lovely man. It's a shame. I actually think it's a shame. I really think it's a shame. I feel like I've waffled enough. I hope what my point makes sense. But yeah, whilst you might be going through something right now, you don't want to let go, you don't want to move on, you want to hold on to it, but you holding on to something that is dead, there's no point. You need to actually let it go for your own sake, for your own mental health, for your own peace of mind. And one thing I will say is that you need to also give yourself time to mourn what could have been that didn't happen. I think, yeah, you need to mourn that. I think it's okay to go through a phase where you really torture yourself with memories and think, oh my gosh, but this happened and that happened and da 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 da. But you've got to, I think, give yourself time to go through that, because it's very like, you've just got to give yourself time to cry, give yourself time to be sad, give yourself time to just go through whatever it is that you need to go through. I'm actually going to do a video on the stages of heartbreak, so make sure you stay tuned for that video, because I feel like there's a lot of things that I learned in this experience that I have just been through. The next thing on here is, yes, it's really difficult to see another version of life without what you set your heart on, maybe because you thought God couldn't do better. And I think that kind of explains what I was saying at the beginning, how yes, it's going to be difficult for you to imagine that, oh, there is somebody else and it's not this person, but you have to trust God. And I think in this situation, whilst I was in pain, I think one thing I will commend myself for, there's growth, there's one thing that I will commend myself for, which is that I said to God, this is the fish that I want, but I don't doubt that you can bring somebody else. I don't doubt that there is somebody else that is also suited, or even better suited for me, for my lifestyle, for my needs, and the type of person that I am. Does that make sense? I'm really asking you, does that make sense, as if you can respond to me, and I know that you can't. But yeah, God will bring somebody else. I think also you have to really think about the situation, like really deep it properly, like, would this have actually worked? Like, would it have worked? And it's okay if it would have. Do you get what I mean? Again, you're gonna have to mourn that. And I think sometimes if you actually think properly, you'll realize that actually, no, this wouldn't have worked. And I think one thing I will say in my situation is that I'm very like keen on communication. Like I don't mind if things change if you just communicate that with me in good timing. I'm very big on like, I want you to communicate with me. And his communication skills weren't really the best. they're not the best. Yeah, his communication skills weren't the best. And I think one thing that I've learned this year, and this is a new phrase that I've created, I don't know if somebody else has said it before, but lack of communication breeds imagination. So if you're not communicating me, that leaves me to think all kinds of things, and I'm the type of person that's going to think the worst. And for someone who has who deals with or suffers with anxiety, a lack of communication is just not it. Like I just don't, like I will think the worst. Like, even I have current friends that I know who love me. I know that this friendship is a family situation, but because we haven't spoken in so long, I start to think, oh yeah, they don't like me anymore, they hate me, da 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 da. And then when we meet up, it's like, oh, okay, like everything's cool. But that's just the type of person I am. And for someone who's very, very anxious, I can't be with someone who is avoidant or who just can't communicate, because it's just going to cause too many issues. And that's something that I learned from the situation, which is, again, you have to do that reflection like for yourself. So really think about the situation. Would it have worked? And sometimes it would have worked. Or even this example that I've just given now, how like the communication thing, I feel like if both parties really wanted this situation, that is something that could have been worked on. But unfortunately, it did not end the way that I wanted it to end. So now we have to reflect and think about what can we do to move forward and let go of the situation so that you can be at peace. Also, another thing, think about your value. Think about your value and question, did you deserve what happened? Like, you're a woman of substance. And in my video about, you know, being single, that video, make sure you check it out in the card. I gave you an analogy that my dear Pastor Mo like always gives, which is about the £10 note and how the value of a £10 note never changes no matter how tattered the note might look. Watch the video so that you can understand it properly. But you know, you hold value, you are the prize. And I think us women, we forget that we are the prize. The man is meant to pursue us. The man is meant to love us like Christ loved the church, and Christ died for the church. And it's like, why would you be with someone who can't commit to you, who can't communicate with you, who can't give you what you need and what you deserve and what is required for a healthy relationship to function? You need to understand that, no, actually I deserve better. And even though the person is a nice person, or even if the person is a horrible person, the fact of the matter is, it's his loss. Another man's loss is another man's treasure. You will be somebody else's treasure, and frankly, it's his loss. Like, he won't be able to experience all the benefits that come with you as an asset, and that's okay. And you have to see it like that. It's not even a thing of, oh, I'm trying to be prideful, I'm trying to, like, you know, da 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 da. It's facts, and you need to be able to accept the fact that you are the prize, and you are worth having, but not just by anyone. You need a right man that can handle you well, and you need a man that you can also kind of like care for and encourage and inspire and kind of like help him. Like, he's the head and you're the neck, and you can't be the neck or submit to someone that you don't even respect or care about. So I think really think about your value and know that, you know, you do deserve better, and you deserve someone who actually wants to commit to you. Yeah, take what the person says and their actions at face value. Don't be making excuses. This is a big one, because, and it's similar to what I already said earlier in the video, like, take everything, take the person at face value. If they're saying one thing and their actions are doing something else, please combine it together. Do a SWOT analysis and really deep, like, is this what I want to entertain? You know, some people, they'll be like, oh, you're so this, I love you. They'll tell you, you know what, guys are so sweet with their words. Like, they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it's like they're writing poetry and it's music to your ears, but then their actions don't follow through with what their words are saying. In fact, they don't even treat you like the queen that you are. So really take into consideration words and actions at the same time and see if they line up. If something is not adding up, if 2 and 2 is equaling 24, baby girl, you know what you gotta do. And I feel like us girls ignore red flags. Don't ignore red flags. If a man wants you, you will know. Trust me. When a man is interested in you and wants to pursue you and is actually interested, trust me, you'll know. Even if he's busy, he'll find time to speak to you. And if he hasn't spoken to you, he'll apologize for a slow reply, or he'll apologize for not being in communication with you. He always wants to know how your day was. He'll compliment you. He will talk to you in a way where you just feel warm and fuzzy and sad, and you will know. Trust me, you will know. Trust me, when it happens, you will know. Once you're able to let go, you just feel this freedom and this peace. Like once you've actually done it, like first of all you have to go through the process. Like, don't get me wrong, that process is painful, it's excruciating, and you're just like, when is this going to end? Take this lot away from me, God. Like literally, like you will be in excruciating pain. But once you can get past that and really think, like journal, write things down, like just try to and pray, like really think, reflect, all these kinds of things, but you'll get to a point where you're just like, actually I'm a babe. And I think that once you actually let go, you will be in that position where you genuinely have peace of mind, and you're able to now focus that time on other things like yourself, your dreams, your aspiration. And like I said in that video about being single, I said that when you like someone, it takes a lot of energy. You exert a lot of energy. It takes up a lot of headspace. Like I remember there was a time when I was in uni and I liked this person, and I'll go to the library. I'm meant to be studying, I'm in final year, I'm trying to get this degree, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the library with an intention, and all of a sudden I can't study because someone else is at the forefront of my mind, and it's annoying. Like it takes up it takes up headspace. But now I'm genuinely in a position where I think so clearly. Like I am so much I'm in a position where I can focus properly, and I want you guys to be able to be in that position too, and just know that there is power in letting go and moving on. And don't get me wrong, that process is painful, but you know, one thing about gold is that it goes through a very intense process, but at the end of it you get gold, which is priceless, and you are the gold. Now I'm in a position where we're always saying, oh, guard your heart, but you don't really know. Sometimes you don't know how to do it. You actually don't know how to do it. Sometimes you have to go through a situation for you to learn and really grab it, because sometimes we like to gain wisdom from personal experiences as opposed to getting wisdom from third parties, but that's even a separate conversation. But I'm literally at a point where it's like, I will never allow myself to get so emotionally intertwined with someone or infatuated by someone until I know that that level of commitment or that level of feeling is reciprocated, and that as a two we can work towards it. And so my heart is pretty much guarded. I think my heart is still a bit cold. I feel like part of me feels like I'm not really ready to kind of like, you know, get into a relationship and stuff like that. Like I genuinely just want to be single and focus on myself, because all of that was just, it was too much. Like it was actually too much. However, I am also in a place where I'm able to admit that actually no, I do want love. I do want to find, or I want my person to find me. I genuinely want love in my life. I want my companion. I do want that, but that time is not now, and that's okay. And right now I just want to focus on me and make sure that I've got healthy boundaries, like within myself, because I realized that I also made a lot of mistakes, and you know, throughout the whole process, like there's a lot of things that I could have done to make it less painful for myself. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, like that's basically everything that I wanted to say. I hope like it helps, but just know that, babe, you are the prize, and if you are having boy trouble and he's moved on, it's his loss, it's fine, and that man will find another babe. Like I want everybody to be happy. He will find somebody else that makes him happy, and that's fine. And you will also, your person will also find you, and you will also be happy. And it's better for you to be with the right person and both of you be happy and build together and love together, than to be with someone that's not gonna love you the way that you deserve to be loved. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like it's not even a malice thing, it's a calm thing, and I just want all of you guys to get to a point where you have peace and focus and you can think about things objectively. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Work towards being the best version of you, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys.